Joining us now to discuss all of this and perhaps a little debate is Michael Starr Hopkins, a Democratic strategist, and attorney Tom Borelli, a contributor for the Conservative Review. Michael, let's start with you. If Democrats were insisting, as they were, that James Comey should be fired just last week, what has changed now?
I think the timing is the real issue that we need to all be looking at here. I mean, look, we have Mike Flynn, we have Paul Manafort and Carter Page, all insiders in the Trump network under investigation for colluding with Russia. Then at the same time, we have Sally Yates, we have Preet Bharara, and now we have James Comey, all investigating those three people, fired from the investigation.
But there are a lot of other people investigating as well, and don't you think that there are other people who can run the FBI and also defer to the FBI agents to do a thorough Russia investigation?
Absolutely, but we're even hearing today from members of the Trump circle that this was a message being sent to tell FBI agents who are investigating, slow down the investigation. This is a bad look for not just Republicans, Democrats, but the Republic as a whole.
What do you think, Tom? What's the impact on the investigation going forward?
Yeah, I think we just have to take a step back. I mean, James Comey, he had a special level of incompetence. He alienated Republicans, Democrats, the American people. In any sort of life, you would get fired for that kind of a record. So he deserved to be fired. As far as timing, look, the media doesn't like Trump. The Democrats have been trying to slam Trump before, after, and during his presidency. They will do anything to try to malign the president and try to end his agenda. I mean, that's clear. This just gives them another opportunity. What I find interesting is the Democrats' heads spinning around like a swivel. First they like Comey, then they didn't like Comey the second time around. Now they like Comey again. They're getting dizzy. They're making us dizzy.
But it's not about Comey. I mean, it is about the timing for them. I mean, and so you really think it's just arbitrary? This was just a good time to go ahead and do this?
Understanding President Trump, you have to look at him as a CEO. He had advice from the deputy district AG who recommended that Comey be dismissed. That was his recommendation, so he goes on advice of counsel. That's what a good CEO does. And a good CEO doesn't worry about the noise backlash because he's always going to get that.
But do you really think that, and again, that deputy AG, Rod Rosenstein, was the same person that Comey asked last week for more Russia resources, and then a few days later now he's telling Donald Trump, hey, I think this guy should go. Do you really think that President Trump was concerned about that Comey had violated public comment policies at the Department of Justice?
Yeah, I think, look, American people didn't trust Comey. I don't think he did a really good job. I think that's the basis of this decision. And look, this Russia investigation has been going on well over a year. FBI has tons of resources. How many names did they leak? They might have our names. They might have my name at this point. Maybe all our names here. Because that's what the NSA has had a lot of records on a lot of Americans. If they can't find a Russia connection in almost a year, there's no there. And let's remember, Senator Dianne Feinstein said there's no there. And even Maxine Waters, who we know wants to impeach President Trump, she recently said there's no evidence yet that they can find. So I don't think there's anything there but just sheer politics.
Well, to that I would say, first, Democrats don't need to malign Donald Trump. He does that for himself.
No, I disagree with that, but go ahead.
But, come on, Donald Trump isn't a CEO anymore. He's president of the United States.
That's his mindset, though.
But his mindset needs to be that of president of the United States, commander-in-chief. We're in a time right now where literally the president of the United States is under investigation for colluding with Russia.
He's not under investigation.
Well, we're hearing now that the Eastern District of Virginia is looking into...
To be fair, he is not under investigation, but there is a general investigation that could conceivably lead to him.
Exactly. And I mean, I think when there's smoke, there tends to be fire. And here, at every single step, the Trump administration has tried to stop the investigation. Why? Why do they keep doing it?
That's not true. You have a House investigation, you have a Senate investigation.
And Nunes himself tried to stop the investigation.
But it's still going on. So,
Michael, do you believe in an independent prosecutor?
I think there should be an independent prosecutor at this point.
But isn't that a problem? Because if the idea is that you don't want to impede the House and Senate investigation, an independent prosecutor is going to take 6 months to staff up. Then they're going to have to absorb what the FBI has already done. And independent counsels traditionally don't cooperate or share information with the House and Senate. So the House and Senate investigations then get stymied.
Well, ironically, last week, James Comey said in his testimony that they would be able to move all of the FBI officers and the information over if there was an independent prosecutor put into place.
To the independent counsel, but I'm talking about congressional investigations. If you want Congress to investigate this, an independent counsel is not going to help you in that matter. In fact, independent counsels usually say to Congress, hey, defer to us when we're done, like the Whitewater investigations, the Lewinsky scandal, whatever, then Congress can have this investigation.
I started my career out as a criminal defense attorney, so my opinion is always I'd rather get it right than do it too quickly. I would love for this to get resolved quickly. I think the American people would love for it to get resolved quickly. But we want to get to the answers, and I think that's the most important thing, whether you're Democrat, whether you're Republican.
No, absolutely.
Do you think a select committee would work then? I mean, Senator John McCain is out there saying, no, the special prosecutor won't work out. How about a select committee?
You know, I think, look, a lot of people just want a lot of the attention. The American people want jobs. They want the economy to go moving forward. I think this is just a huge political distraction. If it's not Trump's taxes.
You don't think Americans care about this Russian potential collusion here?
But where's the evidence? We've been looking for this for almost a year. There's no evidence.
That's a great point. If there is no evidence, if Donald Trump did nothing wrong, why is he afraid of this? Why not just let the FBI do whatever they want to do?
They will. You don't need Comey to do it. Comey needed to be fired.
So why does he spend all day tweeting about James Comey and, you know, slandering him rather than focusing on
Comey did his own job
America
of slandering himself in front of the American people.
Would you admit, though, Tom, it would have been better if Donald Trump had fired James Comey back on January 21st?
Yeah, I would have. I would right off the bat. But of course, he would have caught flack for that too, for the same reasons we're talking today. But you make a decision when you have the evidence. I would have gotten rid of him day one, but I'm not president, so I guess we're all lucky.
All right. Thanks to Michael Starr Hopkins and Tom Borelli for joining us. A great discussion. We appreciate it.
Thanks.
Still